friends, Valeria here from Chasing Paper, and I am so excited to share my next project with you. I came up with a really cool way of making this faux vintage French enamel numbers. These were very popular in Europe back in the day, and you can still buy them on Etsy and eBay. However, the real thing costs about $20 per number plus shipping, which at that price it's pretty steep. And also you don't have the number that maybe you need for your project, or maybe the number you want. So you have to choose from what's available. Now with this project, you're going to learn how to make your own. These add wonderful touches to just about any mixed media project. Or how cool would that be placed on the front of your junk journal cover? I mean, the uses are endless and they look just like the real thing. Look at this. They're shiny just like enamel, and look at that slightly raised top. I hope the camera is picking that up. But yeah, how cool would the number 25 look on a Christmas related project, or maybe 14 on a Valentine's Day project, or maybe 31 on your Halloween project. So like I said, these are great. Let's get moving and make one. So I begin by using one of these wood shapes. I purchased the whole pack at Hobby Lobby. You don't have to shop there. I'm sure Amazon has something similar. But so yeah, these are by Woodpile, and it's $3.49 for 30 pieces. These are various shapes. They do have some ovals, and that is what I'm using. I pulled one of the ovals out, and what I started with, I drilled 2 holes on the side. Next, you're going to need your numbers. I literally printed out a couple of numbers on my computer. I just used Microsoft Word for this and just typed in some numbers, chose a font that I liked, and chose the size that fits. I already used some of the numbers from this page, so I'm going to use one of these today. You're going to begin by cutting out sort of a rectangle around this number. Just like that, a large rectangle. Next thing you have to do is find the perfect placement for your number on this wooden oval. So the easiest way to do this is to put the wooden piece behind your paper, like that, and hold it together and raise it up towards your window or towards your lamp. Just make sure whatever light source you have in your room kind of shines from the back. When you do that, you will see very clearly where the number falls, because you will be able to see right through your paper. So once you do that, you hold it firmly, put it down, and trace with a pencil around your wooden piece. There. We are going to use our Mod Podge. So now I'm going to get a little bit of Mod Podge onto my brush and apply it directly to the wood. I can see my outlined circle, and I'm going to put this wood with my glue down right onto where I outlined it, like that. Flip it over. I like to use a clean rag to smooth it out. I'm smoothing it out from the center to make sure I don't get any bubbles. And that's all you have to do in this step. Now just let it dry for a couple of minutes. Now that our paper is dried and completely adhered to the wood, we are going to get sanding block. And I'm going to sand off all this extra paper rather than cutting it. Just like this. I'm going to work in downwards motions. Just make sure not to go back and forth. Just work your way with the downward motions, and it's typically much faster than cutting it with scissors. If you prefer using scissors, go for it. There you go. See how quickly it came together? There's our number attached to our wood plate. Now at this point you want to go ahead and paint the edges right here. You want to paint it white. In the past I used this Faux white paint. You can use any white paint or even gesso if you like that, just to give it a finished look. If you prefer not to use the paint, you can use this white marker instead. This is a metallic marker in white that came from a Dollar Tree, so it works just as well. And you would just go around with the marker and color your edge, just to give it a more finished look. There. This white marker works quite well. Now, so in the next step, we are going to use a liquid medium. So here's the problem. This number was printed out with my at-home printer, and it's an inkjet printer. And I bet that's what most of you have at home. So, and we all know what happens to the printed out papers, right, from the inkjet printers, if you put something wet on top of them. This number will bleed and turn into a very unsightly, just a black grayish glob. We don't want that. So basically we cannot touch this surface with anything wet. So what is the solution? Well, I came up with a good one. Here is what I'm using. I am using regular packaging tape. This is the clear packing tape that you may already have at home. So cut a little piece of this tape, and I am going to place it on top of my number. Just like that. Be careful here. Don't let any bubbles come in. There. Very good. Now press it really firmly. Squeeze all the air bubbles out if you have any. So here's what we have. If you can see, it's very nice and smooth on top now. So now you need to remove all the extra tape from around our edges. So you can use either sanding block again. It works on tape, I tried that, but it's not quite as easy as cutting it off. Right, so for the tape, I prefer cutting with my scissors. So I'm coming in and I'm cutting all around. There. So now you have a perfect number with a perfect smooth surface. Don't forget, we still need to punch our holes. Now it's going to be easy because the holes are pre-drilled. I'm going to use my Crocodile Big Bite. I'm going to put my number with the hole facing up. So this way I know exactly where I need to punch. And punch. See that? We punched it all the way through. And now my other hole, doing the same thing. Punch. There, look at this. It looks pretty good already, right? But in order to make it look like real enamel, we need to make sure that our surface is sort of raised. It has a nice domed surface, not just shiny like it is now, but shiny and domed. And for that, I'm going to use a product that I really like. This is Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. This is a special medium it's sort of like a glue, but it creates that dimension. when you put it on your surface, it's almost like resin when it dries, and it's going to create that exact look of enamel. See that? So the important thing to know about this product is to never shake that bottle, because you will get bubbles in it, and the bubbles are not your friend here. And you need to get a needle to have at the ready in case you get any bubbles. And I also recommend putting it on a surface that you can easily move. I'm using a paper plate in this case. And I'm gonna open this up and we are going to apply our medium. I'm starting on my left side and I'm just generously applying this Mod Podge medium like this. But I'm gently and carefully bringing it all the way towards the edge. And around the hole. And that's it. As you can see, it kind of turned our picture. It looks cloudy and milky. Well, that's okay because this needs to dry, and once it's dry, it's going to be just as clear as it was before. So what you want to do is pick up this plate. This is why we put it on the plate, so you don't have to have your working surface taken from you for the next few hours. And you want to put this away for at least 3 hours and let it dry. I usually let it dry overnight before handling it and doing anything else. And so here we go, friends. I actually did end up leaving it to dry overnight to make sure that it was nice and dry. And this is what we have now. If you can see it, it's nice and smooth and has a raised sides. Looks just like an old enamel number. I hope you like this little project. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please make sure to leave a comment too. Just go ahead and say hi. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.